I'm really impressed to hear how much time you as coaches are spending talking with your athletes as groups, as individuals, and giving them all these opportunities to think about and process these things. There's been a number of coaches that I've worked with that are so protective of their physical training time. You know, we've only got this amount of time to practice, to get on the ice, or to be on the court, or to do whatever. And I think sometimes it comes at a detriment, obviously, if you're just thinking about physical practice as if that's all sport is. There's a tremendous investment to be having these opportunities that can last the entire season or years, that they can learn from other people's experiences or share your ideas, teaching them how to think and how to feel and how to cooperate, all these skills that we're talking about. So I just want to be sure that I get that out there. I've, again, worked with coaches of all kinds, but really want to compliment you for the time that you're taking outside of just the physical training. And the pressure of being a leader, to realize that you never are not a leader now. So that means in the hallways, what you're doing at night, what time you go to bed, what you eat, what you say, how you are on social media, everything that you do as a captain, people are going to be watching. And people are going to be actually, maybe even be trying to tear you down, watching, waiting for you to fall. That's a different level of pressure. So I really think that if they're going to be watched all the time, they kind of have to know that and really think about what that's going to be like. Like, you can't ever break, right? You're not going to be able to make the mistakes that everybody else makes. We're going to expect more of you than everybody else, and that's not fair, but that's leadership. You guys hear that word a lot, but that's not fair. No, it's not. That's leadership. Trust and respect are fragile, which kind of ties into it, because if you do screw up, if you do have a drink at that party, if you do take it easy at practice, well, somebody's going to look and see that, and you're going to lose respect, which means they're not going to follow you, or you're going to have a harder time listening to you, or they're going to bring it up in 2 or 3 months when you're correcting them about the same behavior. Well, you did it, why can't I? Really hard to win it back once you've broken trust or respect. If you don't like conflict, this is not a good job for you. It's not going to be what you're doing all the time, but there's not going to be a captain or a season that doesn't deal with conflict in least some way. At least in the most minimal of ways. But conflict is going to be something there, so you're going to have to deal with it. And then anything that goes wrong is your fault, because you're the captain. Now, maybe not to the greatest extreme. Obviously, you didn't pour the drink down this kid's mouth or whatever, but you can expect that a coach or other people are going to be like, well, where were you? Why did this happen? As a leader, you are responsible for everybody else. And again, that may not always be fair, and you may not always be able to do it, but ultimately, it ends up being some of your responsibility. You certainly, at the very least, share in the blame. And Michael Jordan had a nice quote: a leader has to earn that title. You aren't the leader just because you're the best player on the team, or the smartest person in class, or the most popular. No one can give you that title either. You have to gain the respect of those around you by your actions.